Reference George is not here.
Of course. Yeah. Let's not pretend that she's here. She didn't speak the entire time.
Because I do such great impressions.
Great. This will be great. This is going to be so good. In 2001, Britney Spears, at the time 39 years old, had spent the last 13 years living under a conservatorship. Is that too many numbers so far?
I'm doing girl math right now. That's like the cool thing at the moment.
That's girl math. Thing. Girl math
whatever
is so
girl
cool.
math is.
No one really knows.
This is degrading to women.
I don't know. People love saying it though.
I've got my accountant's a woman. She's fantastic.
We should start saying boy math.
Yeah, okay. We're doing boy math right now.
We're doing boy math. In court, she spoke out publicly for over 20 minutes about her harrowing experience under the thumb of her father, Jamie Spears, and lawyer Andrew Wallet. No, that is not a joke.
Oh my gosh. Is that that's called nominative determinism?
Yes.
When your name is your job, like if you're Craig Baker and you're a baker.
Great. Yeah, I love that. Since the establishment of Spears' conservatorship, she had released 4 albums, headlined a global tour that grossed $131 million and performed for 4 years in her Las Vegas residency. Yet her conservators deemed her unfit to take care of herself. They had control of her spending, communications, and personal decisions. This is a story of the Free Britney movement. It's Britney Bitch.
It's Britney Bitch. Okay, let's start.
Hey there, everybody. A very quick message from me, aka Sammy P, letting you know that G was sick this week when we recorded, and instead I was joined by the great Joel Creasey and decided to actually have a less grisly murder story this week and give you all a very well-deserved break, but still in the realm of crime. I am talking about the Free Britney movement, the great Britney Spears, icon Britney Spears. And in the same vein, I want to let you know that Joel and I get very excited around each other, continue to talk, have a great time, and I will break up this episode by bringing in some facts about Britney. So at some point, it'll just be me just talking, just delivering the facts, and then Joel and I discuss more about Britney and some of the things that kind of happened around that time. I hope you enjoy this episode. G will be back this coming Thursday in a Thursday treat episode, which is a murder story this week. So you get this episode is just an overview of the Britney Spears conservatorship. And we'll be back with the mailbag as well very soon. Thank you for writing in. The best way to support this podcast, as you know, is continually leaving 5-star reviews, 5-star ratings, and of course, writing in to sammy@justanotherncompany.com.au or leaving us a voicemail. All of the links are in the show notes below.
Mickey Mouse Club, were you Team Britney or Team Christina?
Always Team Britney. Who are you?
Team Christina.
Yeah.
I love Christina Aguilera. I went and saw her in Perth at the Burswood Dome, which was the old theatre in Perth, stadium, and it was held up by like a helium sort of dome.
Great.
And when you exited, because of the air pressure, you'd get like blown out.
Yeah.
And they'd have security catch you on the other side of the door.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's also where they had the Hopman Cup, which was the Perth tennis tournament, where I was a ball boy.
Were you actually?
Yes, I was a ball boy.
Did you ask to be a ball boy for the concert? Throw a ball at them while they're performing.
Because you know when you see the ball kids, ball kids, the top ball kid is the one at the net.
Yes,
that's the most experienced. The least.
Do you get to stay at the net the whole time, just in case you got to run across?
Yes.
Yeah.
And often you might get hit by a ball. I once got
Is that the most exciting bit?
Yeah, I never got net, but I was up the back, and Serena hit me with the ball once, and that bruise, I wish it stayed for life.
Yeah. She could have signed it as well.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Your tattoo.
I'd love that.
But not tattoo the band.
The things she said. And are they fake lesbians or not? Remember that whole myth?
It was a controversy.
Also, well, I'll get back to it. Tattoo. When I was commentating Eurovision with beautiful Miff Warhurst, Tattoo, the band, the faux lesbians, whatever they were,
the phenomenon,
commentate Eurovision for Russia. How's that?
They really?
They were in the commentary booth next to me.
Oh my God, because they're legends.
Yeah,
with that one song,
capital T, little A, capital T, little U.
It's like listener. It's so confusing to spell. I can never get it right.
I know. At least at Nova, we keep it real simple.
That's right.
Don't think, just Nova. That's our current catchphrase.
Now, I should say, Georgia Love is not here today, but she said, I want someone who is like me, another gay man. Joel Creasey, that's exactly what she said.
Because she's not here. And it's weird giving compliments to people's face.
Yeah.
And it's not something you and I do. Like,
you get so uncomfortable when someone starts complimenting you.
She is so great.
She's so great.
She's so great. She's so funny.
Yeah.
I just think she's such a talent. She has such a beautiful speaking voice.
Yeah.
Like, she really should be anchoring like a primetime news show.
Absolutely.
And she's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
I forget I've known her for years, hung out so many times. Every single time I'm like, oh, that's right, you're stunning.
Yeah. Well, you forget because there's so many other qualities to her. Like, she's so fucking funny all the time.
And she's really petite.
Yes, yeah. There's a beautiful photo of her as a child to your left that she thought I wouldn't hang up, and I was like, oh, I'm going to hang that up.
That is so funny. She's also the gayest man ever.
She's the gayest man ever.
Like, what? Where is she right now? New York, I imagine.
She's probably in New York.
Yeah.
She's pretending to be sick so she can go to New York for 5 hours.
I know, seeing Hamilton.
See one show and go straight back to the airport. So funny.
What was I saying?
So you're talking about the
Kid.
concert. Yeah.
Ball Kid.
And Ball Kid. Yeah.
And then I'll get back to the concert. Oh my gosh, this is... Okay. So Ball Kid, I was put on drinks duty. So that's kind of like your lower ranking Ball Kid. And I was fabulous on drinks. It's getting like the Powerade.
Chardonnay.
The water. Yeah. I'm going like, Kim Clijsters, what would you like? Like, what can I make you? And also, I was such a huge Kim Clijsters fan growing up because I used to play competitive tennis.
Sure.
Loved Belgian, number one, Kim Clijsters so much. I had my tennis racket. I had the grip, the same colour as her, the same brand, Babolat, the same shock absorber.
Yep.
And we were waiting to walk out because Hotman Cup is country versus country.
Okay, sure.
I got to walk the Belgian flag out for Kim Clijsters.
Wow.
And this is when she was dating Leighton Hewitt. And 12-year-old Joel in a Legionnaire's cap, because it was sponsored by like SunSmart, even though it was an indoor event.
Terrible name for a cap, by the way. Like, it's also a disease.
Which
the Legionnaire's.
And the cap is so ugly. I'd probably rather get the disease. I said to Kim Clijsters, "You're too good for Leighton." They broke up.
You didn't say that.
They broke up a month later. Yes,
you
I
said
did.
that on the
yes,
court?
I did. No, as the Belgian national anthem was playing. Whether she heard me or not, I don't know. But they broke up a month later.
That's so funny. So you broke those two up.
I did.
Oh my God. Now, the concert that you went to, what did you think when you saw this?
Christina Aguilera. Yeah. So this is when everyone was like, oh, she's pregnant, and she was pretending not to be.
Yeah.
And then on the screens were these like amazing images of her like walking backstage, and we were meant to imagine it was at the Burswood Dome, and I guess because they used the same vision everywhere.
Oh, sure.
And she's in this like amazing, this was during the the Candyman sort of 60s era.
Yeah.
She's in this amazing tight white suit with a little like white fedora. And then, and it's like as if she's about to come out onto stage, but she comes out in a completely different, altered sort of suit, everything taken out.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, she's pregnant. And that was the last show. She cancelled the rest of the Australian tour.
Oh, wow. Because she had a fight with Carl Gass. The only reason. What a reference. Just reference Tenacious D while you're talking about the Mickey Mouse Club and who you like the most.
But she was so good live.
Yeah.
She is one of the great vocalists. But then I went and saw her last year at Flemington Racecourse.
Was she at Flemington Racecourse last year? Wow.
Yeah. I think she was number 17. And no, she did a festival.
Oh.
And the weather was so bad.
Wasn't the one with T-Pain or something, was it? There was a festival
Jessica
out
Malboy.
there. Oh, of course.
And Malboy was better.
Wow.
Admittedly, the weather was not on Christina's side.
Yeah, sure.
It was so good.
Yeah, she'd be great live. She'd be so much fun. So, but have you seen Britney live?
Yes. So I saw Britney in the Burswood Dome, the same place. It's now Optus Stadium.
Playing tennis.
Yeah. No, so she comes out. She's doing the circus tour.
Yeah.
This is when stuff's really starting to go down with Britney, and people are starting to go, is everything okay?
And everyone was talking about the lip syncing at this time, weren't they?
A lot of lip syncing.
Yeah,
And this is before Perez Hilton was cancelled. So Perez is like kind of doing this big intro.
Forgot about Perez Hilton.
Yeah, right.
Never forget.
The penises on the face. And it's a concert where the stage is in the middle.
Uh-huh.
So Britney arrives, everyone cheers, and then Britney goes, we're in Perth, and she goes, hello, Brisbane! For any other artist, the crowd would turn on you. But the Perth crowd were like, yes, we've got crazy
said
Britney.
something. Yeah.
We've got crazy Britney. We don't care that you don't know where you are.
Yeah, it's better for us if you don't.
Yes. But now all the Britney videos.
Oh, my God.
The dancing with the knives.
There is so much going on. And also, like, people became obsessed with the Instagram. And I want to kind of...
The long captions.
I want to get you back on at some point to talk about Don't Fuck With Cats, where people actually internet sleuths did something good for once.
Yeah, Bordy Movin and John Green, the two, like they were their internet aliases.
Yeah.
The biggest nerds ever tracked down a serial killer. Obsessed.
Wild.
But Britney, I'm right across because we talk about her a lot on radio.
Yeah.
Have you seen the footage of her recently doing the dance, with the weird sort of, what do they call those tops? They're like a...
Was it the belly dance one that she did?
Well, she always throws a little belly dance in, on the house.
Improv. It's jazz dance.
Yeah, she loves a little belly dance, She's like Tanya Zayada. And
who I once met, and she said to me, I'm really good friends with a comedian. And I said, who? And she said, Joel Creasey.
Get out.
This was like 10 years ago at least.
Do you know why she would have said that?
Yeah.
I used to write jokes for Tanya Zayada.
Did you really?
She had some sort of online series and I was writing some jokes for her. And
Who's for everyone is from Who Dares Wins.
Who Dares Wins.
Which is so funny because an episode that's coming out this week, we talk about Mike Whitney for a very long time and Tanya Zayada comes up.
Oh my God. Yeah, because if if the person they asked to do the dare wouldn't do the dare, then Mike would do it. And then remember, sometimes Tanya Zayada would do the dare. And I was like, little gay. I was like,
for the $50.
Diva, and also looking back, the dares were so lame.
So lame. I remember one where it was like always in a shopping centre, and it was like,
oh, would jumping?
No, this was one where it was like, would you get naked in a sleeping bag?
They loved
with
a bit
partner?
of nudity on that show.
And then Mike always went and got the clothes. That was his bit, and walked off. Hey, Mike, good stuff. Still good stuff.
Well, I remember doing a gig with Fiona O'Loughlin at the Comics Lounge, and Tanya Zayada came along because this is around the time
to see Joel Creasey, her favourite comedian.
Joel Creasey, he's great. Sounds like Craig Christie, though, the US politician.
Makes me feel yuck.
And she came up to Fiona and I, and sort of like, she's really lovely and very in person. Tanya's very enigmatic, and you kind of like draws you in.
Yeah.
And she came up to Fiona and I, and she goes, "I love humour."
She told me that she loves jokes.
Yeah.
I love jokes.
And the second she left the room, Fiona and I were like, well, I love air.
I love water. I love walking.
Yeah, I love breathing. I love sleeping. I love humour.
I love humour. I don't do it myself, but I love to watch.
But she thought it was a real insightful comment. And I don't want Tanya Zayada any other way.
No, that's exactly the person you imagine.
For sure.
Yeah, because remember there were always weird rumours about Tanya Zayada at the same time. And people would always, kind of around the same time. I kind of like people who have these kind of rumours about them, like Britney, where people always talk about something and they don't have to say a whole lot. And the Free Britney movement was such a thing where it was like Chris Crocker was the first person to come out and say, leave Britney alone.
That's right.
Which was like 2007.
Yeah, and that was like kind of early days of YouTube, I want to say.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and Chris Crocker became a huge star around that time.
Yeah, he's surely due like an I'm a Celebrity appearance or something.
Absolutely, yeah. But it was such an interesting time because people went, there's something going on with Britney, but no one really knew exactly what to do. And
because when was the kiss with Madonna on stage?
Oh, God, that would have been early 2000s, I think.
Because wouldn't Christina have been pissed? Because she kissed Madonna too, but they cut away.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Madonna kissed Christina first and then Britney. So Britney got Christina's sloppy second.
Yeah.
But they do a cutaway to the audience.
Oh, my God.
This was Double R Dirty Days. So when Christina had like the really raggedy black hair. But yeah, I remember that Leave Britney Alone. It was iconic. And also, so many people have told me that I look like him.
Really? Chris Crocker?
I'm like, cool, thanks. Well, the guy
that was crying
on YouTube over a person he doesn't even know.
And say, remember the line, if you want to go to Britney, you're going to have to go through me.
Hilarious.
And I think even Britney was like,
hilarious.
You take that, I don't want to.
I know. That would be hard. That's like a feather. Oh, my gosh.
But at the same, so conservatorships, there aren't that many like public conservatorships. So a conservatorship, for people that don't know, is kind of you're under some sort of like a legal guardian when you can't take care of yourself. A lot of the time it's for people with Alzheimer's, people who can't take over them to take care of their own finances and everything. Wendy Williams is apparently under one.
Oh my God, Wendy Williams.
Okay. Who's like a talk show host in America.
Oh my God, of course.
Yeah. I'm explaining for the people that I know you would know.
Okay, I'll come back and do Don't Fuck With Cats, and then I'll come back and do Wendy Williams. What about when she was dressed as the Statue of Liberty in France?
Yeah. And Amanda Bynes is the other one that's under conservatorship at the same time.
Amanda Bynes is a bit like Lindsay Lohan. Could have had an Oscar in it.
Absolutely. Still could.
I think Lindsay still could.
Yeah, after Freaky Friday too.
Yeah,
it's all coming back. Have you seen it yet?
Sorry, get it. Freakier Friday.
Freakier Friday.
Freakier Friday. I haven't seen
Too Friday.
But the first one was really fun.
So much fun. Yeah. So basically a conservatorship, for people that don't know,
is it like being a child again and your adults are the parents are in charge?
Yeah. It's like kind of like just having, I guess, power of attorney is when someone can actually say, you're going to take care of this stuff for me. I can't do it anymore. They don't have, but they actually vocalize that or write it down.
Okay.
And a conservatorship is when someone else takes over.
Including finances?
Including finances.
So you're not even allowed to like buy a coffee?
Well, no. So you have an allowance in a conservatorship. So, which is the stuff that we're going to get into, is that Jamie, her dad, started to take control of her finances and everything, paid himself a wage, and it got really horrible really quickly. Like it's such a hard thing. Look, I was saying to someone the other day, like, I think I might need a carer. That's a bit different to being like,
I'd love a carer.
I'd love a carer. It'd be so nice.
I had a PA for 7 years.
Yeah.
I've gone a year without one.
Did you call them your carer?
Essentially.
Yeah.
They came and me up.
Fed you, took you for walks.
For sure.
Kind of like being a dog, I guess.
I know. I mean, I was late today.
Yeah.
I'm late everywhere, but on gate,
that's fine.
Gate or drag time.
Well, you told me that. You said gays always run late.
Yeah.
That was your
we call it drag time. A drag show will never go up on time. Say the drag show's at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Those girls are going on at 10:45 because they're backstage learning the choreo like 15 minutes before.
Yeah. Well, so Joel, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Britney Spears.
Okay.
And you know a lot of this stuff anyway. So
I do and I don't.
Yeah.
Great. I need to be more informed.
You're going to learn all of this stuff about Britney, and then you're going to be a Britney expert.
Maybe I'll be a convert.
Do you reckon?
Well,
I can change you from loving Christina and seeing Christina every time.
I don't think you'll be able to change that, because Britney. This is one I always have a debate about. I don't think she's a gay icon.
Right. Okay.
There's a lot of like how we choose gay icons is very weird.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Christine is a gay icon. Nor would I say
calling Gretel Colleen a gay icon.
Gretel Colleen's a gay icon.
Yeah. So how are they picked? Like, how's
I don't know. I don't know.
Happens.
It just happens.
So Kylie Minogue, obviously.
Or anyone with the surname Minogue. Carol,
is Madonna?
Ron, Brendan. Madonna,
Yep.
yes.
Okay. Yep.
Gaga, probably
I'll
the
just
most
start naming
famous.
names. Do you want to go through?
Yeah.
Kris Jenner.
No.
Miss Piggy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huge gay icon. One of the originals. Cher, gay icon. RuPaul, gay icon, but that's so obvious.
Yeah. Okay. But Britney, maybe not.
Maybe not. Julie Gillard,
okay.
weirdly, maybe a gay icon, even though she didn't pass gay marriage. It's just
Really?
we have a weird set
have
of
a system.
rules, and then it either comes across Magda or my desk, and we stamp it, and then you've got your gay icon.
Magda or
pass.
your death. That's so
Yeah.
funny. It just says gay on the forehead.
Yeah, boom. Gay
You're
or
done.
gay icon. We have
So-
to approve.
So on July 14th, 2021, Britney Spears gave her court testimony.
Right.
I have been in shock. I am traumatized. You know, fake till you make it. But now I'm telling you the truth, okay? I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry, it's insane. And I'm depressed. I cry every day, so maybe you can understand the depth and the degree and the damage that they did to me back then. I want changes, and I want changes going forward. I deserve changes. So that was her court testimony to get Jamie Spears, her father, away.
So when she says they did to me, she's talking
about
Jamie.
her parents. Yeah, so Lynn and Jamie are two parents that she's talking about there.
Because there's the sister as well, isn't
Sister,
there?
yeah, who was in the film Crossroads, I believe.
Do you know, I don't think I've ever seen it.
No, because she's not a gay icon, that's why.
I know.
We say it very quietly into
this is the
microphones.
thing, though. There would be people that go, no, she is a gay icon.
Yeah.
There's debate.
Would you have a debate about it? Do you think that you would? Who would be the person?
I do the great debate for Melbourne Comedy Festival. I'll run it past them. And is Britney a gay icon or not?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You run it by them.
Can't wait to see Tom Gleeson debating that one.
A few days later, Britney took to Instagram.com to thank her fans for their ongoing support. The hashtag she wrote was Free Britney.
I remember.
online sleuths would tell Britney that if she needed help, she should wear a yellow shirt.
right.
Do you remember this?
Yes.
In one of her videos. And the next day, Britney wore a yellow shirt. Was this a conspiracy theory or was it actually happening in front of everyone's eyes? So that was a big thing. Everyone went, she shaved her head at one point after her aunt died of ovarian cancer.
When did the shaving the head?
2007.
And was that when she was hitting the bonnet of the car
With the umbrella? Yep, because there was a paparazzo that she was not a fan of at the time.
Oh, tell me about it. I would have done the same.
You are with an umbrella most of the time. You hit me with one out the front. You thought I was taking a photo.
Yeah. Do you know, when I get papped, it's always when they're waiting for someone else at the airport. So, like, I'll be walking through the airport, the pap will see me, and he'll go, okay, pick up his camera and go, click, and put it back down, because he's waiting for, like, Sam Frost or something.
Right. Do you continually walk back and forth, like, at that time? Are you like...
I'm like, well, don't bother.
Yeah.
Once when I got properly papped, like, they were waiting for me. I was going for lunch in St Kilda with Chrissy Swan.
Yeah.
And paps were waiting, and my mum stopped and posed like she was on, like, a red carpet. Oh, I know you're meant to walk past.
She's like, could I have that on the way out?
Could you airdrop that to me, please?
Airdrop that to me, please. So the question is, Joel, how did Britney get here? How did a global icon slip through the cracks? The pressure on her was insane. There were so many expectations on one of the most famous people in the world. Mm-hmm. Britney seemed really lonely. She didn't seem to have anyone she could really trust. So today on the podcast, we're not talking about grizzly murders for once. We're having a little break while Joel's here instead of Georgia. And we're talking about the Free Britney movement and how the pop princess lost all of her freedom.
So it started with Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah, everything always starts with Mickey Mouse Club.
But I can't name anyone else apart from Britney and Christina that came from there. But I know it was Selena Gomez.
When
and
was
that
Justin
crew.
Timberlake? What was Justin Timberlake
Oh my God,
on?
I forgot the JT of it all.
Yeah, the JT.
This is going to ruin
Awful
the tour.
JT. Yeah,
This is going to ruin the tour. What tour?
I've kind of been obsessed with, for a long time, the Justin Timberlake dancing now.
Oh, I know.
Which is so, like...
Oh, I know. I went to the Sexy Back tour once again in that same Burswood Dome where he got blown out the door.
And he was on Rove Live, and I remember he was on Rove Live back in the day, and he was talking about, Rove Live asked him the question, something like, not who would you turn gay for, but he probably did ask him that as well.
Oh, yeah, he used to always ask that question.
That was his question. And I remember when former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd was on, and he said, who would you turn gay for? And he says, my wife, Therese.
Oh, that's right. And I'm like, isn't it Therese? But he always says Therese.
Therese, always Therese.
And isn't she like minted?
Minted. She had a billionaire, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so JT was on there, and he...
He thought it wasn't pink. Rove
I know.
Pink.
Every birthday.
I know.
But
I must have had the rigging, to come down in the silks. I'm like, can Pink sing a song on the ground? I don't know if she can.
I don't know if she can. Yeah. She has to be in flight to sing. Her vocals don't work on a normal level.
She must be furious she didn't get Elphaba and Wicked.
But yeah, so I was like, I remember him being on there and going, you're making sexy music. Like, how do you feel about, people making love listening to your music? I remember was the big question at the time. And I think Justin, because I call him Justin, because of JT's music back then. Juzzy. Because of his music back then, people did kind of go, he's really cool, but then all this stuff started to come out about Britney and how he treated Britney.
Oh, Britney has destroyed JT.
Yeah, which was fascinating to watch. So we talked about Chris Crocker before, who's now Cara Cunningham, who posted the Leave Britney Alone video back in the day in 2007.
A real pioneer.
People have always been passionate about Britney Spears, like Chris Crocker. Really passionate. When Britney started posting memes and doing fashion shows in her house or dancing by herself, dancing with knives, the internet was very quick to make fun of her. Kind of like an Amy Winehouse.
Yeah. And I mean, I wish I had her house, but it's hideous.
Yeah.
I mean, those tiles, and then the other day there was like heaps of dog shit in the background.
Well, if you haven't already seen this, I would urge everyone listening to look up Dr. Phil's house. Have you ever seen Dr. Phil's house?
No.
It is the worst house you have ever seen. It's so gross. You have to. I'll show you after this.
Really?
Yeah. I'll put them in the Instagram post. The Dr. Phil house, because it is exactly kind of what you think someone who likes hunting would have as a house.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember
It's
Dr.
extreme.
Phil used to make his poor wife come out and watch every single taping?
Yeah, I've always wanted to end all of my stand-up shows with grabbing someone's hand and walking off.
That's a great idea.
That's how would you come into every show?
I will come to every show just for that gag. I'm committed to a gag.
It's so funny. But yeah, he used to grab his wife's hand and they used to walk off together in every
It's
episode.
so funny. My fiance
funny.
doesn't know what time of day my radio show's on. I think he thinks I do breakfast radio. I was once in
I'm
New
not
Zealand
sure.
for 2 days and he said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm in Auckland. I'm not even in the country."
I'm not even in the country.
Yeah.
That's when he goes, I'm listening. I'm
He
not
didn't
even on
care.
today.
He was like, "Oh,
It's
cool."
Saturday.
I was like, "Cool."
So Britney dancing and everything. So the knives you mentioned as well was
Because
a big
she
thing.
was, the thing about Britney is
Yeah.
she was kind of not, I mean, she was never really known for her vocals.
Yeah.
And this is what she had over Christina, because obviously Christina's one of the great vocalists of all time. Britney was really known for being a great dancer,
Yeah.
choreographing a lot of her video clips,
Yeah.
like minutes before, and then expecting the dancers to keep up with her.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people are saying Tate McRae is like giving Britney
right,
vibes, because
okay.
she's going back to that full-on, stage choreo as opposed to Adele, who I love, just belting out a tune.
Yeah. Just sitting down, just belting out a tune.
Adele, just side note,
Yeah.
you know how singers, like, I've never been one of those people that's like, oh, a singer speaks to me.
Sure.
Every single song Adele has written is about me.
Of course it is.
I
Yeah,
swear to
yeah,
God.
every song.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
I love her.
Is this like your Leighton and Beck Hewitt thing?
I love Kim Clijsters. I love Lady Gaga. I love Adele. And then when I went to the Adele concert,
Yeah.
she's quite funny.
Yes,
So
yeah.
she was doing this bit, and she goes, "Oh, this is my one song that's you can get up and dance, because otherwise everything else is a bit sad sack. So go on, get up and have a dance." There I am in the mosh pit with Julia Morris, Nazim Hussain, and Waleed Ali. Oh, long story. So there we are dancing, and everyone gets up for a dance, and then Adele points at me. I've got peroxide hair at the time,
Yeah.
and she goes, "You look like a professional dancer." I'm like, "No, I'm just really gay. I'm not a professional
Just
dancer."
really gay.
But I shrieked and screamed and went, "Yes, I am!"
That's so good. Of course. Did you get up with her and dance? Forced your way up?
I wish.
Had the VIP pass.
I wanted to go to the
backstage.
Vegas residency, but I was too nervous she'd cancel.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Britney also did it.
So you said Britney did 4 years.
4
Did
years
she
in
complete the
Vegas.
4 years?
No, she didn't complete the 4
I was
years.
going to say, no way.
People knew that there was some kind of conservatorship about her at this time, but for most of us, we didn't really understand what that was. So I kind of explained it as a guardianship. That's what a conservatorship
It sort of
is.
brought the word conservatorship into the
Yeah, it
foray.
did.
Otherwise, I don't think people were really across
No.
it. I'm still not super across it.
No, it's really weird because you can have different types. There's financial, which is obviously they have control of the finances. There's physical, which is health and well-being. There's general conservatorships, which are more common. These cover kind of everything. So
Yeah.
you just kind of look after a person. And there's limited ones. Now, she was put under a temporary conservatorship.
That's right.
So it wasn't like a full conservatorship, because mostly it's like someone who has Alzheimer's, but she had a public meltdown. She was only 26 at the time. And so
she was, in current speak, Kim Kardashian.
She was huge. Yeah.
She was the name.
Yeah.
More
and-
than anyone else.
Exactly. And now, you see like all these old photos of Britney as well. And you
Yeah.
kind of go, oh, she was with Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton. They were the three.
Photo of the three of them in the car. It's iconic.
And so this conservatorship, usually there's an evaluation of the person, but Britney never got that chance.
I was about to ask that.
So her dad just went, yep, and fast-tracked her.
How can you
She
do
never.
that?
Well, she just said that there was no way that she could look after herself, and she wasn't of mental capacity to choose a lawyer and
And
choose someone to assess her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And at this stage, I'm asking you a question you probably or possibly don't know the answer to. Was her relationship with her father good?
No. And
Oh.
she asked for, when the only kind of thing that she kept saying during all of this was, please don't let it be my dad.
That's right.
So she kept saying that, going, please don't let it be Jamie, because he is just awful.
So then how did it
Well, there was so much
materialise?
public speculation about her at the time. Like, so this was when she shaved her head in 2007.
Yeah.
Then she was
I thought she
attacking.
was having a hair transplant. It's like, oh, someone's been to Turkey.
And also like she's the umbrella incident
I
happened.
mean, that was so iconic.
And then there was an incident where Kevin Federline, who was her partner at the time, kept taking back the kids and said she wasn't fit to look after the
Kevin
kids.
Federline, who's one of her backup dancers.
That's right,
And then
yeah.
she dated a paparazzi.
Yes, yeah. Who we're going to get into as well. Yeah.
Well, when we get into that, let me tell you, I'm going to drop a little bombshell on you.
Yeah.
I have stood next to Britney Spears for a minute waiting for a taxi.
When did this happen?
It happened in 2017.
Yeah.
When she was dating the paparazzi.
Paparazzo. Yeah, I don't know why. I think paparazzo.
I was in LA. Yeah. I was at the Beverly Hills Hotel waiting for a taxi.
Yeah.
I said to my friend, that's fucking Britney. That's Britney.
It's Britney, bitch.
It's Britney.
So
It's Britney, bitch.
Yeah, it's Britney, bitch.
And I think this was pre-Britney.
She's not a gay icon. She's
not a gay icon, so I don't give her too much.
But I'll tell you, like, there's lots of people are gay.
Although my friend Ashley, who's gay, might think she's a gay icon. This is the whole issue with gay icons.
This is the issue.
And then Ashley didn't really see her.
Yeah.
But then we both got in taxis at the same time and went down the sort of driveway of the hotel and pulled up at the lights, looked over, and she was like, oh my God, that's Britney. And she was with, was it Adnan?
Adnan. Yeah.
The paparazzi.
Galib, I think.
Galib.
Yeah.
So that's my...
Oh, that's amazing.
Britney
because he
interaction.
was, and I think the thing about Britney was she was really lonely. Like,
I
she was
think
such a lonely person.
What's the word? Very accessible because she obviously needed help. She was vulnerable. Is what I'm
Yes,
trying to
and
say.
people followed her everywhere all the time, like paparazzo, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and
they followed her everywhere, paparazzo.
Yes, and the problem is, and we've seen this happen in real life. Fame is so cruel in that some people love to be around fame so much that they will indulge you and give you whatever you want and actually only poison you further.
Yeah.
Just so they can have that tiny, slice of fame.
Yep.
But it's only going to be temporary because you're making that person sicker.
Exactly. And I think that was the thing about, when we look at someone like Amy Winehouse and you look at like Wendy Williams, which we need to talk about at some point. They were kind of like, oh, she's an alcoholic, she can't look after herself and everything, Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
But then it was also like she then made a film, a documentary about herself.
Yeah,
like with
that's
an executive
right.
producer and everything. And you're like, but what mental state can you be in where someone takes away all of your rights? And it's just a debate that I don't really understand. I said before I need a carer. I don't understand a lot of things.
Yeah, I'd love a carer.
That is, I think you and I need the same things. It's Diggs. It's going to be Diggs.
Or I'd like a nanny.
Oh, nanny would be great as well. Fran Fine.
Oh, I go Poppins.
Poppins over Drescher?
Yeah,
for sure.
You can have Drescher, I'll have Poppins.
Great, perfect. Most of the time when someone ends up in a conservatorship, it's because they can't look after themselves, they need help. During the 13 years, Britney had a successful...
13 years?
13 years. Wow. She had a successful Vegas run, 4 successful albums, 2 of which went platinum, and a full career that made over $130 million in that time.
And do we know what she saw of that?
Not much, because the really interesting thing about this...
She can't renovate the foyer.
She can't renovate the foyer. So the really interesting thing about this is that her dad Jamie took something like, it's like $2 million a year. And then he also had a spending allowance of $8,000 per month, and Britney had like $6,000. So she had less than him. She also paid for all of the lawyers and legal fees
she did.
of her conservatorship when her dad chose the legal counsel who represented her.
And because around that time, I remember the comeback album. It might have been It's Britney Bitch. And that was a big deal.
Huge.
And she was doing like the VMAs and stuff. Like it wasn't like, music clips, which, couldn't be edited and filmed a million times. She was doing live.
She was doing live,
performances.
Yeah, and the lip syncing became a huge thing, I remember at the time, because I think at one point there was a video of the mic cutting out when she was doing the lip syncing. Or the music stopped or something. And it was pretty good.
Oh, that's right. And someone had the raw audio.
Yeah.
I think I had that saved on my phone for a while. It might have been a ringtone.
The great Genevieve Morris, when I was doing a live podcast a while ago, Jen goes, why don't you just play one of the old podcasts? Because they're always really funny. And I was like, yeah, right. And she goes, we can just lip sync it. Which I think is so funny. Like, imagine a stand-up lip syncing. You've recorded your best night ever. Like,
it's yet to happen.
Hey, not for you.
So many stand-ups record their material all the time.
Oh, my God. Well, I did the other night, which you came to, which was lovely. You were
great.
It was like the first time that I've recorded it, because I'm like, and you have to get it right in those
You were really
situations.
funny. I wouldn't be here now if I didn't think you're really funny.
Thank you so much.
I would have blanked you.
Yeah, great.
Because I hate comedy.
Yeah. But you don't go and see a lot of comedy, do you, at the moment? Because you've seen so much.
I've been looking to see a lot. I don't find men funny.
Yeah.
I have never purchased a ticket to see a male comic. All my favourites, Joan, Kathy Griffin, Sarah Silverman.
Joan Rivers, who called you a rock star, fucking rock star, I believe was the quote.
I worked with her the night before she went into the coma. She changed my life. That's my school of comedy.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of stand-up.
Yeah.
Just through the job.
Yeah.
I'd rather go see a musical.
Well, that's the thing as well. Like, I always think that about comedians that don't like to go and watch comedy, because it's like a lot of the time, like if you're out at a comedy club, you're watching so much stand-up.
Yeah.
And so it's like, would you go out and watch a stand-up if you were if you're touring all the time, you would never go out and just watch a...
No. If I'm on holiday, I took Jack to New York.
Yeah.
And I took him to the cellar.
Right.
Just because I think
Just
it's,
a wine bar.
just for the wine cellar. There was no comedy. It was very serious, actually. Familiar was so dull. But I took him there just because it's,
Great.
historic and it's New York. I've played there before. But I'm not poo-pooing comedy.
No.
I also think you run into that trap of sometimes you start to absorb a bit of material and you write a bit and you don't realise that you've actually not stolen it, but you're just seeing a bit too much.
Well, that was all the Robin Williams stuff back in the day. Remember that Robin Williams was, accused of stealing people's material because he was up the back of the room a lot of the time,
and you heard
absorbing stuff.
The rumour about the Robin Williams light.
Yeah. Can you tell this?
Yeah, so I just heard the rumour that if you were on stage and Robin Williams walked into the room, a lot of the big clubs knew, and like a specific light in the rig that a comic could see, because we can normally see like a light for time and whatnot. Like
I don't pay attention to those things.
Me neither.
A light for time.
Ask Carl. I have sticky feet.
That's so funny.
I have the stickiest of feet. And I'm always like, I can't remember any of my material. And then I do like 20 minutes in a 4-minute spot. A light would come on, being like, Robin's in.
Isn't that wild?
Do you know I worked with Joan Rivers the night Robin Williams died? And she was very upset off stage.
Yeah.
On stage, a professional.
Yep.
And she goes, I'm so sad. My dearest friend Robin Williams passed today. And, of course, the first thing I did was I called his manager and I said, who's got his gigs?
Brilliant. Who's got his gigs?
I have to drink. Her voice is so gravelly.
Were you working in that club where she went every single...
The Laurie Beachman Theatre?
Yeah, where it's in the documentary where she shows off her... there's like a stool that she shows off.
Yeah.
It's like
I was with her the day...
This is where the fuck I am. Yes! I'm a legend and this is where the fuck I am.
It's such a great theatre. I was with her the day the Oscar noms for Best Doco came out, and not only should that have been nominated,
it's incredible.
It won, and she would very rarely show emotion, not because she didn't have any, she had heaps, but she was a professional. And I remember the noms came out and we were all kind of excited. She looked down for maybe 2 seconds, looked up and went, okay, right, where are we off to now? Because her days would be packed from morning till night.
Yeah.
But the Laurie Beachman Theatre was iconic. And she taught me this trick. Every night she would sit backstage because she'd do like 2 hours of gold.
Yeah.
And she'd get black cardboard and a white marker and write her like little dot points like Nicole Kidman.
Yep.
And she'd write her dot points like that because you can't see the black cardboard on the stage.
That's clever. That's
such
so
a great
clever.
trick.
Of course she did that.
Yeah.
There's an argument for conservatorship, which is really interesting. It's like, a lot about mental health. Like at the time, she didn't have a lot of money left. Her brand had been damaged from several things.
Like not a lot of money left.
Not a lot of money, and I think that's a lot to do with Kevin as well.
Because was he managing her?
He was, yeah. I think there was some sort of management going on as well.
How weird! I'm managing you, and also I'll be in the chorus line behind you.
Yeah.
It's
so strange.
He's just had a book come out.
Oh yes, yeah, and so was her sister as well. A very public divorce, and she was really struggling with her mental health. After all this time, she was back on top and had generated a lot of money.
Yeah,
and she had kind of, I don't know, she was back on top and didn't have the awful people that she did kind of surrounding her before. But she kind of she wasn't really close to her dad anymore. She wasn't really close to her mum at that stage. So At this time, the Instagram was kind of the way that fans reached out to her and she kind of connected with her fans.
We're back talking 2021.
This is 2007. Oh, no, sorry. This is like later. This is like 2017 would kind of be the year that this kind of happened. So the Instagram was the way that she kind of do a wellness check on Britney, and a lot of people felt like they were her friend in a way.
We talk about her Instagram on my radio show maybe 3 days a week.
Really? Yeah. Because it's so fascinating. Like
fascinating.
The video she puts up, there's a lot of dancing and everything. And the knives video is wild.
But it's definitely her.
It's definitely her. Which a lot of people have said like that there was a lookalike or something or...
Well, no, it's definitely her like operating
posting
account.
It. Yes, yeah. Which is why she started posting clues and everything as well.
Yeah, there was something. There was the yellow shirt, and there was something about like a purple love heart at some point.
Yeah, there was a purple love heart, and there was also a kind of a meme about shopping or something at the time, and she was like, I literally cannot go shopping by myself. Like there was something like that.
I mean, all that would have been so hard, and also that was in the height of like when she was famous.
Yeah.
In, like the late 90s into the noughties, that's when there were kind of no rules around about privacy and what paparazzi could have access to. There's a lot more legislation around that now, and probably a lot more still to come, unless Kris Jenner's got something to do with it. And it was kind of a free-for-all. You could kind of do anything to these people.
Yeah. The meme was actually the one I'm thinking of, is let me shop and no one gets hurt, which she started posting like these soccer mum memes. Like,
well, she's a total soccer mum, and I love that for her.
Mum. And the caption said, story of my life, literally. So what did this mean? Was she being literal or was she being more cryptic? In 2007, Britney had a very public meltdown. So you kind of know the image already. We spoke about this when she had she wanted to fight the paparazzi. She had like the umbrella.
It's outside like a service station.
Yeah.
Right?
And she had the shaved head and everything.
Yeah.
So she kind of just started to attack the paparazzi for the first time. And you kind of have to remember how famous she was. Like she didn't really have many close friends. She kind of had enough at this point, and
she would have been
like down.
top 3 most famous people in the world at the time.
Huge, she was huge.
Yeah,
and Britney,
Sucker Christina.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, take that. Your biggest fan.
Yeah, who's like writing like these huge ballads, like Beautiful, and there's Britney singing Toxic, like
so
smashing
good.
it.
Yeah, just having the best time ever.
Yeah.
What was that? When she was a schoolgirl as well? What was that one?
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
It was Hit Me Baby One More Time was the first one, and then it was Sometimes I Run, Sometimes I Hide or Cry.
I think Hide or Cry.
And what was the other one? The woman, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman.
And my favourite was Every Time. What are you?
Oh, that's like a really
really
song.
Yeah. Britney was a young mother of 2 under 4, and she was in crisis mode. That January, she was placed in 2 urgent psychiatric centres. While she was still hospitalised, her parents and business manager fast-tracked a temporary conservatorship.
While she's drugged out of her mind.
Yeah.
And that's gross.
They fast-tracked it, which Britney didn't find out about until it was all too late. She didn't get to have her say in fighting it. That October, the temporary conservatorship was made permanent.
Now I'm getting really emotional, and
it's just sad.
It's sad.
And a judge appointed her father, Jamie Spears, as co-conservator along with her lawyer.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy? Like I mentioned before, her father was put in charge of her against her will and said that her business manager, Sam Lufty, was like, he couldn't look after her and he was actually making her worse. Like he was like letting her take drugs and everything. Britney's lawyer was working more for her father than her. Her father wanted over $400,000 a year as a wage, and that went up over time.
Cheeky bugger.
Cheeky bugger. You're allowed to take a salary, but you're not meant to be using their money for your own personal gain. That's what conservatorships are like.
Okay, Mr. Spears. All right.
Mr. Spears.
I've heard it all now.
In 2018, Britney's co-conservator, the lawyer I spoke about, Andrew Wallet, was going to ask the judge for a raise. He wanted $426,000 per year.
And I'm sure Britney's not his only client.
No, God, no. So he was like, I think, just a lawyer that worked on that case, but also on many other cases.
Oh my God, Wallet would be Brimming.
Wallet, huge. So what the hell was going on, Joel, is the question. You're not meant to be acting for your own personal gain, so why were people making so much money out of Britney Spears? If you hadn't been convinced before, you will now. Free Britney. It was up to the internet to do their best for sleuths to kind of set Britney free. Britney.
Britney.
It's new accent I'm working on. New characters working on.
Yeah.
What started an online conspiracy became a widespread phenomenon. In 2019, Britney stopped her Vegas residency and put her next album on hold. News broke that she had voluntarily checked herself into a hospital. Britney had been in the hospital for months against her will, it was later stated.
I was going to say, the voluntarily part.
There's no voluntarily in this.
Alarm bells for me.
Britney herself began to respond to the Free Britney movement, responding in a way that to say her family were under a lot of stress, but she'd be back soon. So they filmed this in the hospital, and it's like gross because it's like I think they made her do it.
Of course.
Yeah, going, I'm fine. Kind of like a hostage video where you're going, I'm fine.
And what is she going to do? She's at no lower, like you can't get to a lower point.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all so gross and unfair.
It's so gross. And at that point, she was kind of like going, don't read it. Don't believe everything you read or hear.
Because I don't dispute that she had a lot of issues going on, but the way this is handled.
Yeah, it's awful.
Babe, go and spend 2 years in a small town in Italy.
Yeah.
With
always.
just with a ton of staff.
Yeah.
And just
a carer.
Chillax.
Yeah,
man.
chillax.
Yeah, get a carer or a nanny.
Chillax, man.
Chillax. I've been trying to also work fair dinkum into
fair dinkum is funny.
I said it. I reckon now 15 days on the trot on air on radio.
Just forcing it in just somewhere.
The co-hosts haven't noticed.
No, great.
They're going to put me up soon. Fair dinkum.
You're like Carl Stefanovic, who wore the same suit for over a year on TV and no one noticed, and everyone was like ripping his co-host apart for being for wearing the same dress twice or something. He wore the same suit. So you're kind of like that. So fair dinkum.
You know who fills in for me on my radio show when I'm not on? Carl Stefanovic.
Of course.
He's my understudy.
Yeah, that's so funny. My understudy. A beautiful understudy. So like I said at the top of the episode, I wanted to jump in and let you know a few facts about what a conservatorship actually is. So a conservatorship in basic terms is when someone has the legal right to make decisions on behalf of someone else. Sometimes this is also referred to as a guardianship. These decisions can be personal, economic, and legal decision-making power is ceded to others. I kind of talked about the kinds of conservatorships that are out there, but I also want to talk about the background of Britney Spears because I'd feel like it would do a disservice to her story and what happened to her if I didn't kind of give an overview of Britney Spears. So Britney Spears was the world's pop princess and household name around the world. She began in the industry at the age of just 8 years old after her mum realised she could sing. Beautiful moment. My mum never realised that for me. She did realise I could tap dance. Nothing else at this, still waiting for her to let me know if I have any other talent. They both moved to New York to try and hit the big time. So I'm, of course, talking about Britney and her mum, not myself and my mother. Britney was a finalist on a TV show called Star Search, an 80s and 90s version of American Idol. At age 11, she became the youngest member of the Mickey Mouse Club with co-stars Christina Aguilera and Justin Timberlake. I've written Jason Timberlake, which I feel is fun. Don't know why. I'm just not a Justin Timberlake fan. At the age of just 15, she had a record deal with Jive Records. Just 1 year after her first single, Baby One More Time, hit the world stage and was number one in over 20 countries. She became a global sensation. It sold over 10 million copies, and Rolling Stone named it the greatest debut single of all time. I don't know about you, but I always get confused about Rolling Stone and the Rolling Stones. I always want to say Rolling Stones magazine. I think that's wrong. Georgia will come at me, and I know that. Britney was the best-selling teen artist and best-selling female artist of the 2000s decade. She earned the name the Princess of Pop. In a 5-year span, 1998 to 2003, she made around $73 million. Same. She was also the youngest music artist in history to earn a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Britney became one of the 10 most photographed people in history, along with Princess Diana, Marilyn Monroe, and Michael Jackson. So there are a lot of, paparazzi constantly following our good friend Britney at the time. And it was just awful. Like, I imagine, I wasn't there, but it would have just been awful for her, just going places, not feeling close to anyone really at the time, not having many friends, especially in the industry, and kind of feeling like people were letting her down time and time again. There were constant conflicts at home between her parents, Lynn and Jamie Spears. Jamie was an alcoholic. There were reports of infidelity, and he was both verbally and physically abusive, allegedly. In 2004, he entered rehab upon Britney's urging, and she paid for it. In 1976, only 2 weeks after divorcing his first wife, Jamie married Lynn Bridges. Lynn filed for divorce just a few years after their few years of marriage, and a temporary restraining order, fearing his temper would be a problem if he was under the influence. But they ended up reconciling, and got together again, having Britney just shortly after. Britney was born in 1981 in Mississippi alongside her older brother Brian and little sister Jamie Lynn. Britney's mum was definitely a driving force behind her career. She felt guilty about their family's financial situation. I don't know why I said it like that. The Spears family filed for bankruptcy in 1998. They had their car repossessed. That same year, Baby One More Time was released. Her father, Jamie, had little to no contact with her during her childhood. She suggested that she was always afraid of him and cited her parents divorcing in 2002 as the best thing that happened to their family. Britney urged her to divorce her father. She urged Lynn to divorce her father. There have been reports that the only thing the record labels ever heard from Jamie was, Britney is going to be rich and she's going to buy me a boat. In early 2004, Britney married her childhood friend, Jason Alexander, in Las Vegas. Now, I will say at this point that Jason Alexander was a very different person to the actor Jason Alexander who played George Costanza in Seinfeld. 55 hours later, the marriage was annulled as Britney said lacked the understanding of her actions. Then Britney married Kevin Federline, who was her backup dancer. He left his then 8-month pregnant fiancée. Britney proposed to Kevin on a plane. At the same time, his fiancée gave birth to his second child. I hope that Britney proposed to Kevin when they weren't doing drink service, because I imagine that would be a bad proposal. And also, someone is wanting their Diet Coke. So Britney and Kevin had 2 children together, Sean Preston in 2005 and Jaden James in 2006. Britney filed for divorce after that, around 2006. Her reasoning was that she'd been left alone for 3 weeks to look after the kids as K-Fed, and I hate it that he's called K-Fed, got on a private jet to party with his friends. Kevin had the reputation of a party boy. And Britney was now single. She was constantly hounded by the paparazzi. She could not walk to her car alone without being snapped. She couldn't even fill up her car with petrol. She was trying to pump gas, pulled in the wrong way and tried to reach the pump around the car. A paparazzi by the name of Adnan Galib offered to help her, and she accepted the offer. Britney started asking about Adnan when she saw paparazzi after that. Eventually, they started dating. He too started to be hounded by paparazzi. I was about to say paparazzi by paparazzi. Hounded by paparazzi. Taste of his own goddamn medicine. By 2007, Britney's ongoing divorce was really taking a toll. The kids were being used as pawns, a chess term. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that. A chess term. He seemed upset. And this is what happens when George is away. I'm starting to laugh about a chess term. He seemed upset about how much the paparazzi would be following her with the kids in the car. Then in 2007, Britney was also estranged from her parents after she thought they would try and swoop in and take everything. There's an overview of Britney, but you can see kind of the trauma for Britney. She was one of the most famous people in the world, as Joel has put it, not a gay icon, but one of the most famous people in the world, and this was happening to her. She could not walk to the car. She couldn't do things like just hang out with people. And I kind of feel like this made her feel more and more isolated, and she could only trust the close circle around her, and people would come in that kind of always had a different interest in Britney, which seemed to sadly be monetary. After this time, Sam Lufty entered her life. He claimed to be Britney's former manager, but Britney described him only as a sometimes friend. As the Cookie Monster later said, "It's a sometimes food, the goddamn cookies." Sorry, Georgia. They met at a bar, chatted, and became friends. She later called him and asked him for help with something. It's very unclear at this point what kind of help she needed from Sam Lufty. So it's kind of wild to me that, yeah, she just kind of made a friend at a bar and needed help, kind of thought he was genuine from what it seems, and then he became a big part of her life. Britney didn't seem to have many close friends at the time. She was pictured early on with Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton, but her friendships didn't seem to stand the test of time. Sam Lufty encouraged her to spend more time with her family, but Britney never seemed to want them around. Paparazzi photographs could sell for a lot of money. The right photo of Britney at the time could sell for upwards of $100,000. A 24/7 news cycle surrounded Britney all the time. A lot of news would be about her physical appearance and speculating that she was an unfit mother, and kind of just picked apart her relationships. Paparazzi would continually follow her everywhere, chasing her through red lights as she tried to escape. When she would step out of a car, paparazzi would literally be in the gutter, and they would take upskirting photos of her when news outlets would then mock her quote-unquote sluttiness. They would imply that their own photos were a reflection of her character and that suddenly she was a bad role model for being too sexual. In 2002, a politician stated, "Really, if I had an opportunity to shoot Britney Spears, I think I would." She said this at a domestic violence rally and was met with applause. She later apologised for that statement. But I don't feel like you can redact that. I feel like you are a POS, piece of shit, forever. On January 1st, 2008, when police were called to Britney's home, she was kind of refusing at that point to give the kids back to Kevin at the designated court-appointed time. She had locked herself inside. She was taken away in an ambulance for emotional distress and rumours of substance abuse. The paparazzi chased the ambulance, hanging onto the back to get a glimpse of her. A judge then made the decision to remove all custodial rights, even before receiving any evaluation results. First responders and witnesses said that she was not endangering her children, but because of all the negative press surrounding her, it seemed as though she did not have a choice in looking after her kids. She was taken back to hospital on the 31st of January. on February 1st, Jamie Spears fast-tracked the conservatorship. Californian law specifies that conservatees be personally presented with papers within 5 days' notice before the conservatorship takes effect, but this can be waived if the judge rules that the person could suffer immediate or substantial harm. The family would name Sam Lufty as a destabilising force in Britney's life and the reason why the 5-day notification should be waived. They were claiming that Sam Lufty was, in fact, crushing up drugs in Britney's drinks. He denied this and of course there was no evidence to support this, but somehow it was granted. Sam Lufty asked how he could do this in front of the world and Britney never called for help. So how can he do that? It doesn't seem possible that he would be able to get away with that in front of the whole world. I don't know. It kind of seems like they were just trying to fast track the conservatorship in any way that they could. The court document providing Jamie Spears with full control was already signed and dated for January 31st. So before he even applied for the conservatorship, he had all of the paperwork ready to go and her address listed as the hospital. While Lynn and Jamie weren't together as a couple, they acted together in deciding that this was the best for Britney at the time. There were, in fact, 2 conservatorships, one for the estate which managed her financial affairs run by her father and Andrew Wallet, and the other was a personal conservatorship that controlled every aspect of her personal life, which was exclusively managed by her father. He could kind of control what she could and could not do. Jamie promised that he would help gain custody of her kids. He would be her temporary conservator, but only a few weeks after he filed for the conservatorship to be made permanent. So only gave her a couple of weeks before he filed for a permanent conservatorship. A permanent conservatorship is meant to be the last resort. It is a legal measure primarily reserved for elderly people who have lost cognitive function and can't manage their finances or their daily activities. The typical age is between their late 70s, I think about 76 years old, to early 80s. A power of attorney would seem to make more sense in this case. Someone who hands their finances over to someone else until they are ready to take full control. But Jamie requested a full conservatorship for the rest of Britney's life. In 2018, Jamie Spears had a restraining order placed against him from Britney because of her boys he had physically attacked, breaking down a door to get to her children. Kevin Federline requested a restraining order because he was afraid of Jamie's temper. Regardless of this, no one took the abuse allegations seriously. Despite the fact Britney wasn't even there when Jamie attacked the kids, Britney had her custody reduced to only 10%, while Kevin had 90%. That equals to 100%. That's boy math. Britney texted Adnan, who hatched a plan to get in touch with a lawyer. While she was at a burger restaurant with one of her dad's appointed bodyguards, she slipped away and quickly jumped into her car. She met up with Adnan and they met attorney Adam Streisand. They were chased by paparazzi on the way there, 70 vehicles. So imagine that, 70 vehicles and helicopters followed Britney Spears just to catch a glimpse of her. Adam Streisand agreed to represent Britney, but the judge said that he had a report that stated that Britney didn't have the capacity to retain her own counsel. He dismissed it. Adam Streisand was asked to leave the courtroom. Britney was again denied. There was a box checked on the original forms that stated that Britney had a form of dementia and was not competent to obtain her own counsel. Every single document after 13 years reported her presence in the court as not mandatory or able but unwilling to attend. According to my research, there was no medical evaluation that she ever had dementia. The doctor, who was said to have checked the box for dementia, claimed later to have never met Britney Spears. In 2008, another lawyer Britney was hoping to obtain submitted the following information to the court. Quote, Mr. Spears has now moved into her house and taken control of her financial assets, as well as her physical custody, all without the benefit of a hearing where Britney Spears could be present. I've said it before and I'll say it again. How goddamn insane is this? Britney was again denied the use of communication with the outside world, and she was basically confined. Adnan openly talked about he would have to return Britney anytime they were out together, or Jamie would claim that Britney had been kidnapped. Jamie at the time had also filed a restraining order against Sam Lufty. After the lawyer was dismissed, so this was the lawyer that she tried to hire before, a court-appointed lawyer was Sam Ingham. He was Jamie and Britney's attorney, but she was covering his annual salary of $520,000. In 2019, Britney's living expenses were $438,000. Her lawyer was earning more than her. Oh my God, her magistrate, I implore you. Britney tried again and again, secretly meeting journalists or using burner phones to try and obtain her own legal counsel. But these were all turned down. In 2009, Adnan was still trying to get Britney to hire a lawyer. A journalist from Rolling Stone, again, just Rolling Stone, was also trying to help her. Britney met secretly in a hotel bathroom to sign documents to get herself another lawyer, but Sam Ingham said she was fine and it probably wasn't her signature anyway, so threw it out. This is exhausting. She asked one attorney to pretend he was a plumber so that he could access the house and she could have a secret meeting with her father knowing. I kind of love to see that in a film, that moment. Incredible. Her family stated that in 13 years, Britney never petitioned the decision, but court documents proved otherwise. That in fact, she was constantly pleading to set herself free. It's just wild that it was taken off her in the first place. Now, a conservatee is usually not able to work. At this time, Britney was going on a major world tour. She was embarking on the biggest worldwide tour of her career, 18 songs with brand new choreography, 97 shows across 3 continents. This tour started less than a year after she was deemed not fit to choose her own legal counsel, and during the tour generated over $130 million. Between 1999 and 2018, Britney headlined 10 tours, earning over $570 million, in addition to a record-breaking Las Vegas residency with 248 shows, earning over $100 million. But she did not see the bulk of that money. Jamie paid himself $16,000 per month as an allowance, paying her $8,000 per month. In addition, he would also take a salary of $2 million, as well as being Britney's manager, agent, paying tax, touring costs, all of that. So, sorry, what I meant by that is that, you'd also account for, he always said he wasn't Britney's manager, but Britney's manager would earn a sum on that, the agent, marketing, merch, all of that sort of stuff. That was a lot of money was being taken from all different angles. Jamie controlled what Britney ate and drank and made her go on very strict diets. Jamie became more and more religious as time went on, donating 10% of his salary to a church. Jamie tried to cure her with religion and would not let her read anything that wasn't strictly Christian material. Britney was forced to have a UID, and her conservators refused to have it removed. There is so much, and the list goes on and on. I did such a deep dive. There is so much information in here. It made my head spin. In 2019, Britney dropped out of a Vegas tour before it started citing health concerns. There were lots of people now wondering where Britney was. There was a missing poster for Britney spread around. The movement for Free Britney grew bigger and bigger. People began publicly stating that Britney needed to be freed. Media outlets began to really look into conservatorship, including a documentary, Framing Britney. It was I think it was called Framing Britney Spears, so I haven't written that there, but you know what I'm talking about. It was time to free Britney. On June 30th, 2001, 1 week after Britney made a public plea to the court, she was denied to have her father removed as a conservator. The public pressure was only intensifying. They weren't going to let it go this time around. The pressure was so great at the time that Senator Elizabeth Warren and the ACLA got involved. The ACLA is the American Clinical and Laboratory Association. On July 6, Britney's attorney Sam Ingham resigned. Funny that. Britney was then able to finally, 13 years later, hire her own attorney, a man by the name of Matthew Rosengart, who immediately filed for the removal of Jamie Spears. Fuck you, Jamie Spears. Jamie requested from her estate more than $1 million in legal fees and related media fees. Matthew flatly refused. On September 7th, Jamie requested to be removed as a conservator and that it should be altogether terminated. He could see the writing on the wall, and it wasn't looking good for Jamie Spears. It was finally dissolved without Britney having to undergo any evaluation. In fact, she maybe didn't need to be under conservatorship the entire time. Her boyfriend at the time proposed straight away. Britney later said that her mother was the one who came up with the idea in the first place, and she's just as bad as her dad, but presented herself as a saint. She called like a Bible-carrying saint, I think is what it was Britney said. Lynn wrote a book about Britney embarking on a media tour. Britney's sister also released a book, and Britney sent a cease and desist letter. The family were the driving force in taking away Britney's rights. Now, I said that was a brief overview. That's a bit of an overview. And now we're going to go back to my conversation with Joel. To date, in 2021, the world heard for the first time that a conservatorship was coercive and abusive. So this is when she made this speech.
Yes.
The conservatorship wasn't just about Britney. It was more on people's rights in general. If this could happen to a huge celebrity, this could happen to anyone. If Britney couldn't speak up and be heard, then who could? TikTokers in 2023 decided to live stream them calling the police and sent out a welfare check. Loved it. So much fun. They love TikToks.
But you know, shit like this where you go, this could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Or you hear stories about, that, someone was kept in a basement for
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
I always go, oh my God, could that be happening within 100 metres of me
Oh
right
my
now?
God. Yeah, it could
Stuff
happen
we
at
don't
any
know.
time. Just stuff you don't know about. And this was a wild thing that Britney kind of went, this is really disrespectful for you to be doing welfare checks on me now after everything I've been through. She said, I love and adore my fans, but this time things went a little too far and my privacy was invaded. During this time in my
Yeah.
life, I truly hope the public and my fans, who I truly care so much about, can respect my privacy moving forward.
Well, the fans can be a real double-edged sword.
Yeah, absolutely. And also like doing too much. Like they're like, she's in crisis mode again. Like they wanted her to be in crisis mode.
I think the fandom, I think they're called Arianators. Ariana Grande's, I think, getting a bit of that.
Really?
Oh, just the fans are going a little bit too far with what they're doing. And,
Well, you saw that person in
that
Sydney that
douche
he
in
just
Singapore.
jumps on. Yeah.
Got 9 days in prison. He's a serial pest. He also
Is he
did
not
it
a
to
Sydney?
Katy
Well, that
Perry.
wasn't in Sydney. That was in Singapore.
I think he's from Sydney.
Oh, he's from
Australian.
Sydney. Okay, right.
But also, if you remember what Ariana went through in Manchester,
Yeah.
not the right person.
No.
Also, I've met her. She was a delight. So,
Was she?
Yeah,
Oh,
I know
lovely.
people have a lot to say about Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
You're a fan.
They're really nice.
Oh, great. I love that. There are fans that are, of course, still watching the Free Britney movement. They still believe that she's in trouble and still needs help. Other conspiracy theories now include fans speaking up saying that maybe her Instagram is AI generated, that she's been replaced with a body double, that somehow she's been captured and is still under a conservatorship. She did thank her fans directly for helping her. She needs to continue to heal and find her place again in the world. Britney recently deleted her Instagram for a short period of time, only a short period of time.
So we didn't cover that.
But October 22nd, she was seen at a Mexican restaurant unsteady on her feet and then caught on video driving dangerously.
But this isn't the video or the post she put up recently where she was on a date, went to the bathroom, posted, like, slagged off the guy she was on a date with. Like, imagine if he was sitting there at dinner
and saw that pop up.
She's been gone for a while because she's taking photos of herself and also writing, one of her, TED Talk captions. And then he sees that pop up being like, oh, I'm a real shit day.
I'm a real shit date. Well, God, I'm having the worst time tonight. And it's like... Like that's accidentally sending the wrong text, but you just blasted it around the world.
Brutal.
The manager of the restaurant said that Britney was not intoxicated. In fact, she didn't order any alcohol with her quesadilla. I love that he promoted in that as well. The quesadilla.
What, she didn't have a margarita?
She didn't have a margarita. No, just a quesadilla. A lone quesadilla.
I wouldn't know how to eat a quesadilla without a margarita.
No, it's not possible. It's actually not possible.
Are you salt or no salt?
I like salt. Ugh. Oh, you don't like salt?
Yeah, no.
Not even a spicy salt?
I don't like a spicy margarita either. I'm a Tommy's margarita girl.
You know what? That's fun.
I work with a lot of people from Sydney.
The restaurant staff tried to stop her from driving, but she drove away anyway, driving over a double line and making a really fast U-turn.
Well, the
wheels loudly.
alcohol limit is a lot higher in America.
Yes, it is. So you can actually drive under the influence, like to a certain point, can't you?
Much more than
here.
Australia.
Yeah. Britney claimed that she was not out, and in fact, it was a Britney lookalike. So this is what she said since. Not heard the best and kindest thing we can do for Britney now, in the words of the person once known as Chris Crocker, leave her alone.
I agree.
What do you think after hearing that? Do you, there is a lot in there. There's a lot of facts in there.
There's a lot in there. Look, first of all, Lord knows what is happening in the Spears world, and I mean the private Spears world.
Yeah.
It's evident that, something's not right. And I don't mean that in a sassy, rude way. She has experienced the heights of fandom that, few people.
Yes,
She was, Taylor Swift, Beatles.
Michael Jackson, huge, yeah.
Barack Obama.
Obama.
That genuine level,
Yeah.
every single
Jim
person
Owen.
on planet.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, don't even get me started.
God.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Everybody.
that man can sell a ticket. Ursula. That level of fame that where every single person on planet Earth knows who you are, where you are. These days, they can track private jets and track your movements and Taylor Swift maybe partly to blame. Things are Easter eggs. Is that an Easter egg? Everyone's trying to work out these Easter eggs. Oh my God, I don't have the time. I love Lady Gaga so much.
Yeah.
I have, if there's an Easter egg in any of her albums, I've missed every single one.
Yeah. You're just listening as a true monster. Is it a fanzer?
Little monster.
Little monster, sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry.
You've just called me a monster like I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. Jesus.
Please, I'm not a monster. I'm Frankenstein's monster. Thank you so much. The correct terminology.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a little monster.
I always call people out when they're like, oh, you look like Frankenstein.
So
I'm like,
funny.
no, he made the monster. I did it in year 12 English lit. I just want the best of Britney.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
Because also, you would know as a performer, she has that itch that she wants to scratch.
She wants to get back out there, probably. Yeah.
I'm assuming she's going to want to keep performing. But I think she needs to get a nice little villa in Puglia in Italy, get some great staff who don't know who she is, which that's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
But, the Italians, they don't give a fuck. I got engaged there.
Yeah.
And I told the waiter and he went, cool. in Italian,
Fair
obviously.
dinkum, he said.
Fair dinkum, a loser. Gay. I'd love to see a comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be huge if she made a comeback now.
If she did it now, I'd be... Well, if she did it right now, I'd be nervous.
Yeah, sure.
I want to know that she's doing a comeback. She's doing, a 200-date world tour. She's going to be on fire every single one of those dates. She's going to be well taken care of. And she's going, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this about Britney Spears. She's happy.
She's happy. Yeah, absolutely. And there's been so many clues and everything from internet sleuths over the time. And it's so good that, like, the Dancing with Knives video and stuff, like, there's been so many things where it was like she might have been calling for help that whole time.
Yeah.
But you also don't know, because she's kind of gone out and said, yes, I've been depressed. I've been super sad. I've been, whatever she was saying at that time.
But she's also probably got no one to run this by.
No.
So no one to go, because sometimes I think I'm going to put out like a little sort of sassy message that's going to combat something else.
Yeah.
And then I'll run it by a manager or something, and they'll point out all the flaws in that.
They go, don't do that.
Don't do that. That's not a bad idea. I don't think she has. She's a sole trader at the moment.
She's a sole trader,
not a rogue trader.
Definitely not. That's
Natalie Bassingthwaite. Well, Jesus, save a vowel for someone else.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Free Britney. She's gonna come back, and
because we would like to be hit, baby, one more time.
And I wanted to tell you this story today because we're going to have a little bit of a break from the grisly crimes, the murder. It is a grisly crime in its own right, but it is it's so sad. And you know what? I think we need a break now. You need to go to your job right now.
I'm going to go to work.
Yeah, you're going to go to work.
I have a job. Work in an office.
Grown up. Yeah, you work in an office. Just a regular office job.
In my bag, I've got my swipe passes to get into.
Do you really?
I have swipe passes.
And you've got your beautiful, is it Labubu? What is it?
It's a Labubu. I mentioned, that's a real bag, but that's real Gucci, by the way, that bag.
Okay,
I treat it like shit, but I believe if you own designer, wear it into the ground.
Yeah.
I mentioned once on air that Labubus once on air, and then my co-host bought me a Labubu for my birthday.
So good. Well, Diggs tried to attack it when you did walk in. He thought it was a fun little thing
Obviously
for him to play with.
Labubus, but what I love to do is when I'm flying up, the pointy end of the plane.
Yeah.
People already give me like a look up and down, like, what's he doing here? Because I don't dress, I'm not in a suit.
Sure.
I'm normally in like gym gear or trackies.
Yep.
And they're like, what's he doing in here already? So then I love to walk past him, like whack him in the face with my Labubu.
Great.
Just to really rub it in. I'm like,
Your Labubu.
One eye, I think that's mine.
Yeah. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode without G. I just thought it'd be a nice way this week to... we've had some very heavy episodes about murder, and I thought, let's do a true crime episode that is all about the Free Britney movement, and that's why I wanted to make it a regular episode, because it is wild that this existed, and so many people witnessed it and saw it all unfolding. Thank you as always for your continued support. We'll be back with a mailbag next week. So please, as always, write into me, sammy@justanothercompany.com.au. You can also leave us a voicemail. The website is called SpeakPipe. All of the links are in the show notes. Leave a 5-star rating, leave a 5-star review, share this podcast with a friend. If you share it with a friend, it will literally double the numbers, and the more you support the podcast, the more we will be able to do. It's just G and I doing this podcast, and our lovely producer, Ree. So we would love to grow and grow and grow, and we need your help to do that. So thank you to all the wonderful people that continually support us in any way that you do. We bloody love you. Thank you as always to Oliver Clark for doing the theme music and Tamsin Hayes for doing the artwork. My Paudry peeve this week, aka pet peeve, Paudry peeve, is that G Love is not here. She is sick, and my pet peeve is that G is sick. I don't like her when she's sick. She'll be back next week. Cannot wait. Thank you to Joel Creasey. We'll be back very, very soon.